Hey, how's it going? It's Grant with the Garden of Eater.
And Shelby.
And today we're going to do a little recap of what's going on in the past week. We took a trip to Pennsylvania, and we had a great time. It was a quick trip, but it was quite productive. We got a lot of things accomplished. On the way up there, stopped by, had lunch and dinner with a couple friends, one I haven't seen for quite a long time, high school buddy. So it was nice to stop midway on a 15-and-a-half drive and have a nice little rest. And then Shelby, oh man, what a keeper she is. She drove most of the way in the end. And then I heard the GPS say the road that I typed in the very beginning of the trip. And I was like, did you just drive the last 5 hours of the leg of the trip? And she's like, yeah, we're here. And I was like, oh man, all right, well, I'm wide awake now. Had plenty of sleep, so it was a good trip. And then we got to go behind the scenes a little bit at the aquarium. We got to feed the turtle and check out their huge, I mean, this thing is massively tall, like 3 stories tall, tank, saltwater. Had a bunch of zebra sharks, some black-tip sharks, a turtle, and then a plethora of other saltwater aquariums. Oh, we can talk about it. We just couldn't share any photos. So, you want to go through and say hi?
Yes. Was this hooked up, right?
Yeah, everything's hooked up.
All right. Hello, Jamie. And we got Frank, Scotty the Fish Freak, Tim.
Oh, hold on. Don't go too fast. So we will be on Scotty's channel on Saturday at 7:30. So if you guys want to hear us talk about fish clubs, I'm quite excited because, we just went to a new fish club this past weekend, and we're part of quite a few fish clubs here in Florida.
Yep. And we got to meet Tim. It was nice to meet you. Put a face to the name.
Yeah, it's great to see people, especially, regulars in chats. And for the first time, and it was very unexpected. It was a great surprise. I couldn't believe somebody of this caliber that kept that kind of shrimp ended up coming to the talk. It was his first time at the Greater Pittsburgh Aquarium Society. So I'm really happy to be able to bring in new people to clubs when I go through and talk. So glad I was able to give them such a great member at that. So it was great to meet you as well, Tim.
And hello, Crypt Keeper and Arctic Winds. And hello, Chris George, Greg's Planet Tanks. Hello, Robert Bloomfield.
Well, sure. Well, we're going to talk about it. We should just bring it up so in case it jumps. But we got home from Pennsylvania, and when we were on the way up there, I got a tracking from the Bloomfields, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be home. So I had to let my house sitter know that we were getting in a package. But I figured, because we do the live streams, and I'm always drinking. Oh, no. All right.
Yeah, you got to block the lights down.
But he sent us his own Shrimp Envy mug, and it's only natural. And then Shelby got her own as well. I like shrimp.
It's
and
just not.
I can't read the bottom of it.
And maybe 3 people.
Oh, and maybe 3 people. That's right. I hope I'm one of the 3 people. Probably not.
I had no idea he was getting the cups ready, and then I had this shirt on in the bedroom. I just thought it was funny.
Well, I couldn't wait to use it. She had them in the dishwasher all ready for me to grab them. So.
Yep. Yeah, but thank you so much to you and your lovely wife. And hello, I think I said, yep. Hello again, Arctic Winds, if I didn't say hello.
Did you say hi to Nano, aquarium guy?
That's the next one.
No, he already said up there. So I got you, man. I got you.
Hello, Nano. I was going. It was right here.
I only skipped them once. I thought you maybe skip them again.
No. Hello, Gary.
How's it going, GK Aquatics? Let's Gary,
Yeah.
in case y'all didn't know.
Hello, new local Austin.
You gotta go back to Gary though. I just wanted to say hi to new local Austin though. All right, so Gary brought up an interesting question, and I thought it would be a good little topic to bring up on live chat as well. My blue neos my blue neos seem very. You want to read it?
He's struggling tonight. My blue neos seem very small. Research says that this is normal. Also, that yellows tend to be larger. Is this true? Is there a way to help my blues grow larger?
So, and then I asked him a couple follow-up questions. I asked him what size tank. He said 10 and 55 gallons. And I asked him what kind of light, and he said a cheap Amazon light, and he runs it 10 hours a day. So, with blues, they're definitely smaller. For whatever reason, my yellows are massive. I mean, they get quite larger than my other shrimp. And then the blacks, the reds, and then anything with a backline tends to get a little bit bigger. Some of the green jades are also quite massive in size, but they're the green or the backline as well. So anything with like a real thick shell tends to stay a little bit smaller. Like the emeralds will get a little bit smaller than the green jades. The blues and of course, with blue dreams, blue diamonds, they both tend to stay small. The best thing to do is give them a bigger tank. You all right there?
Yep.
Increase the light. More powerful light will help them get a little bit bigger, but the best thing to do is move them outside, and that's something with that sunlight that just hits them, and it really gets their metabolism going, and they seem to grow a lot bigger, a lot quicker, and breed a little bit faster as well. But if you're keeping them inside in a 10-gallon tank, they're just probably going to stay like maximum 2 centimeters size. And it's kind of crazy to see like a 1 centimeter size blue buried up shrimp. But yeah, they're just smaller for whatever reason. I'm not sure if that boils down to whatever wild gene shrimp that they came from. But yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Scotty. It's 7, not 7:30. I'm tomorrow night at 7:30 with Rico Stan. I'm horrible with this.
That's tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's tomorrow night.
You gotta remind me so I can remind you.
Well, I just asked Scotty what time it was as soon as we got out of the pool, and then I guess I messed it up already.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Scotty.
And welcome in Jeff Kane and Alan. Nice to see you. And hello, Danikin Aquatics. Your package went out today. And everyone who's been waiting for those membership stickers, the Postal Service decided to send them all back to us. So I had to reship those. Those are going out tomorrow. Apparently, they didn't like what I put in it, and you can't just send things in anymore, I guess. So they are coming. They are on their way, and I am sorry about the delay. Did not realize that they would not let you ship uneven envelopes. They have to be flat to be shipped as just an envelope. So
there's too many goodies inside. We had to take a goodie away.
I'm sorry.
My deepest apologies. But we have goodies for when members put in orders through the website. So if you're a member and you make an order, just maybe like put a little note, member order or something like that. Or we'll see your member's code. That is the best way. So if the member code has been used, then you will get that treat because the mail sorting machine said no good.
Hello, Dr. Anthony. Said great to see Shelby again. Maybe Grant too. If he gives you some good information, right?
Yeah, probably not though.
And I lost my spot. So talk about something while I look for it.
All right. Well, I think we should talk about the bad news first. The space in Denver was kind of a big fail. And there's a couple of things like that they'll bring to our attention, and we've got videos and everything like that coming. But basically, the first attempt to launch, they had weather issues. Second attempt to launch, they had engine issues. And they tried to fix the engine on scene. It took way too long. And I guess there was actually some casualties as well with the shrimp because they were in a hot rocket in Arizona for so long. So the next day, they finally got the rocket going, and not going, but ready to go, and got it all set up and everything. And I guess they couldn't get clearance for insurance. I don't know, but basically they never got to send the rocket up. I don't know if we're going to be able to make another attempt, how long until that's going to be, but it's sad. Definitely sad. I was hoping to send shrimp up in a rocket, but we did find out that the chemical that they use to put the shrimp to sleep is clove oil. So maybe we'll get a little of the sedative and put one to sleep, and then put it in a rocket and just up and down. Just one of those little rockets that Eddie gave us. Eddie gave us rockets for the kids, and we just never had time to put them together.
Poor shrimp.
Huh?
Poor shrimp.
I mean,
terrible.
for science.
For science.
For
Okay.
science.
Oh my goodness.
I'm joking, by the way. My sense of humor is horrible.
Thank you, Crypt Keeper. He put the link there for Fish Freaks channel Saturday at 7:30. Wait.
See, I just gotta talk about it, and then the message will get out there.
At 7 o'clock. Not 7.
It's gonna get out there wrong. Oh no.
We'll get this right. Okay. 7. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm dyslexic. This is no good. I'm gonna get them backwards the whole time. I thought that was
Set
right.
the
Crypt
alarm
Keeper,
for
I
it
thought you
now.
had it down.
no, you said it wrong, so he typed it in, and we're probably way above. But hello,
yeah, that's how
Victor.
far behind we are.
And hello, Arctic Winds. I thought I said hello to you, but
Yeah.
if I didn't, hello again. And hello, Rico Stan. Said can't chat, but I'm listening. Hit that like button. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Excited to see you tomorrow, Rico. 7:30 at Rico's tomorrow.
Oh. And then Danikin said, Rob, I did not see any mugs on your table that day at Shrimp Envy. He probably wants one now.
Oh.
I love this mug too. It's perfect.
They got to be on their site, or they have some Shopify or something like that, because they got the T-shirts and everything. I thought I was wearing it. You
No,
are.
I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Emotional support animal. Love it. All right. Thank you, Crypt Keeper. Everyone go smash that like button. And Nano. Hello, Spaghetti Nona.
And then somebody was talking about bringing like a fish to a restaurant, and like that's their support animal or something like that. I think Shelby should wear the shirt and then bring a shrimp in.
I'm gonna get the aquarium purse and just put shrimp in it.
Yeah.
And carry it around as a style. Should do it for the shows. Be like, you want a shrimp?
Because where did we go? And I was like, I wonder if these people know we got a bag full of fish right now.
I don't know. I've had it now 3 times. You've made me put a bag of shrimp in my purse, my backpack, so that we could go shopping.
That's what it was.
Can't leave it out in the truck. Hello, Scuba Steve.
Oh, yep. We got the official.
You're skipping ahead of me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, he said nice shirt, Grant. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going faster than me. Usually you don't read faster than me. Oh.
I'll be honest, I missed the first one.
So B Wood said, you shipped me 30 red cherries today. USPS is giving me delivery date. Oh, I thought you already responded to that email.
I thought I responded to the email. So this is what USPS has been doing. They used to say we're gonna deliver it on Wednesday. That's the estimated time. And then what was happening is they're always late, because most of the time they deliver it on Thursday to any state that's on the other side, on the other coast. So to avoid all the complaints, they say, all right, we'll say it's going to be delivered on Friday, deliver it early, and then nobody complains that it was delivered late. But chances are it'll be delivered on Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember off the top of my head
about 3 days.
What state you were in, but
in New York or something. But it only takes about 3 days usually. They're just preparing for the worst, but yeah, it can last about 7 to probably 10 days in shipping, if not longer.
You're all right. You need to go to the bathroom and fix your eye.
Yeah.
Is it the contact?
Yeah, because I swam with them today.
Oh no.
Yeah. I always forget. I either forget to put them in or I forget to take them out.
And then when we're driving up there, we're switching on and off, and then she's got to like put her contacts in. I never realized how bad she was at putting her contacts in. I watched her drop it 3 times.
I was
like
in
3
a truck
times.
with AC
You weren't
blowing.
even close.
Oh
you were
my
like a
gosh.
mile away.
Says the person who couldn't even put contacts in
I
if you
can't have
wanted.
anything on my eyes.
I like Scotty's thing. Remind me so I can remind you to remind Shelby to remind you. I like that. Hello, Mark Sturluson. And hello, Ed.
See, Ed got
You see,
his.
that's what
Some
I don't
people got
understand.
theirs. And Ed, I would like to know, were the gummy bears good? Because I ate a bunch of melted. I'm not going to let gummy bears go to waste. Like, I was like, everyone's going to love gummy bears or have somebody that loves gummy bears.
You know what? We're going to bring the gummy bears to the show. If you're a member with us, we'll hand you some gummy bears. We bought all these cute little bears. They go perfect in the bag, but of course not.
But I'm pretty sure like they took the snail mail back to us. So I'm not sure if they melted on the way in the snail mail truck back or if they're all melted for everybody. Because we wanted to do something that wouldn't melt. So I thought gummy bears would be better than
I don't know why we thought that was going to be a good idea.
Yeah, you need something with a high melting point. If anybody has any suggestions,
but they took a while to get back to us. I thought no one was gonna say that they got them. Lollipops are great though.
Butterscotch. I think butterscotch.
You know, cream savers are so good.
Oh, all right. I think they came back out with them too. Somebody has those cream savers somewhere.
Amazon. I don't know why I looked it up the other day, but I did. Oh, and man.
I hope everything's all right.
No, stop doing that. I'm sorry. Not you.
I hope things are getting better.
It won't for a while. Crypt Keeper said, just had a yellow King Kong death. Showed a white ring, but only one out of the tank so far. GH5, KH0, feeding a calcium/mineral food once a week. Fail molt or...
I'm not sure how long you've had them and how often you've done your water changes, how often you do them. But it's something that it is a failed molt, and it's something that can happen even if everything is perfect. It's just not very common. If it's happening several times, like one shrimp after another, then there's definitely something wrong with your water. But if it's just one, you might not have done anything wrong.
Especially if the parameters are all right. I wouldn't see why.
Yeah, 5GH, it's more than enough for yellow King Kongs. And then I guess another thing we'll talk about is we've had a personal record for the household.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Hello, Greg's Planet Tanks. Thank you for becoming a member.
And for that, you get a personalized thank you note and then a sticker, holographic, member only. And you also get a 10% off code to our website, tgoeshrimp.com. And right now, that's about all the members get until we have time to do a members only stream or something like that in the future. But back to our personal record for the house. It hasn't really been this high before. It's about $70 over our highest bill in the past. And our current highest electric bill is now $427. Before it was like $357, maybe $380, but I don't recall one ever being that high. I think that was a water bill. So I was gonna say I think we just topped it by 70, and it's to be expected. It's so hot. The heat index is only getting hotter, so the AC is running full blast, all hours of the day almost. It seems. I'm not checking it while I'm sleeping, but I imagine it's kicking on most of the night trying to keep up. And then we also added 10 more lights with the new rack system that we just built. We've also added 7 heaters to the rack we just built before this one. And then we've got, a couple lights here and there on the new rack that's going in the middle. So it's like, it's to be expected. I think we added on with just the lights. I calculated with the new rack was $25 a month that we added on. Plus, we upgraded the pump outside for the pool. So we're kicking at 4,000 gallons per hour instead of like 3,200. Not really a big upgrade, but we definitely noticed the difference outside. And it's easier for me to control the water flow to the grow beds and stuff like that. Shelby's Black Taro Magic Plant is sending out like 8 different runners in 8 different directions. We put another one in the hot tub along with another fern, a bunch of anacris, and then we went to the club up in Pennsylvania, and they had a nice little auction. And it's great to go to different clubs because people breed different things, people grow different things. They had a horticulture program as well as a breeder awards program. So with the 2 of those, they had quite a few different interesting plants. Somebody brought, well, it's not somebody, Scott, who actually gave us a little tour of the zoo, showed us around with his wife. Just amazing to have a local show you around, because then you're not lost. You know exactly where to go, so you see everything, and then you're not like, well, did I miss something? I walk down this way, and it leads to nothing. So we were able to go around twice and see everything, and kids had a blast. But he brought this ginormous bag of Java ferns, and they're like the smaller ones. And I was like, that's going home with me. And he's like, all right. And I think he thought I was just going to take the bag and go sit down. But I was like, no, I'm going to bid on it at the auction. And then this other guy sitting next to me, he was winning all these fish because he's trying to do the Breeders' Award program. And that thing is so serious in their club. I love it. I want to get the competition going in our club like that, how it is up there, because it wasn't cutthroat. It was very friendly competition, and that was really enjoyable. But I'm talking to him about these quarries that he won, and I'm raising my hand to bid, and he's like, you're still bidding. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care what the price is. I'm bringing this whole bag home because I think I spent $24 for it, and it's a ginormous bag. So I haven't even gotten to plant all of it, but I did. There's so much of it. I had some fun putting in like nooks and crannies outside. I just want Java ferns to grow in the waterfalls and stuff. I think that would look real cool. And then we got a ton of hornwort, ton of it. And it's basically coated the entire top of our hot tub. And the mollies that we got from Dane are breeding size. So hopefully they do some magic in the hornwort. And Shelby's not too happy about some of the fish that I brought home. They were $1. How do you say no to $1 bags of fish? I got a bag of fish. We got a bag of platinum parrotfish. They were $1. 3 of them. They're cute as can be. They already like paired off. The 2 of them were swimming together outside today when I went and fed everything. So they're $1. So I want to do the Breeders' Award program so I can spawn them. Then we can, find homes for them. And also 6 Jack Dempseys. And I know that one could be a little troublesome, but again, I want to spawn them, find them new homes. I want to get involved in the Breeders' Award programs for our 2 clubs. And then I mentioned this, I want to do like one out of state. I think that'd be really cool to travel to a club meeting, make it a trip, go to like their annual auction every year and be like, oh yeah, by the way, here's 30 bags of Breeder Award program shrimp, fish and shrimp too, I guess. But yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. And or if a club wants to have me come talk, it'd be more incentive if I'm bringing 30 bags of fish with me. So.
So Getting Noticed said, massively impressed with the orderly and professional setup in your home. Excellent job.
I assume you watched Lucas Brett's live stream yesterday.
I saw they're on there.
What's most impressive is Shelby's ability to make everything spotless after we've been home and the dogs have destroyed the house during 3 days of rain. And I can't hear worth anything. I did landscaping for way too long, and instead of wanting to hear the hedge trimmers going off all day, I blasted music in my ears so I didn't hear that, and that was probably the worst thing I could have done. So because of that, I can't hear very well, And I get a call on my way up to Pennsylvania from Lucas Brett saying, "Hey man, what you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, on my way up to Pennsylvania," and he needed a favor. And I was like, "Oh man, you're gonna have to wait until I get back." And he's like, "All right, no problem. And also, when you get back, can we do a live stream?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And he's like, "All right, da 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 da." And I thought he meant like doing a live stream together on his stream, him at his house, me at my house, kind of like this setup. No, he wanted to come here and do the live stream. So when we got home, I called him up. And he's like, "Hey, man, I'm ready to head that way whenever you are." And I'm like, "Oh, that's how you're wanting to do it." He's like, "Yeah, is that cool?" And I was like, "Let me ask Shelby." Shelby's like, "Yeah, it's fine." She hates having the floors dirty anyways. And really, the tanks and everything else are immaculate all the time. So it's just the dirty dogs going in and out of a wet and rainy doggy door while we're not home. And the floors were just, they're tile floors, so it's not like it's nasty carpet or anything like that. So she just had to sweep, mop, and then touch up a few things here and there, but it wasn't that bad.
Except when Lucas walked in sweating. He's like, "You had a long day?"
She's like,
yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm
struggling.
like, "Can you feed the shrimp for us?" And she's like, "Oh my God,
another
I'm
hour.
kill him."
Another hour of work.
But
it's okay. I had to feed my fish after that.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to show you guys on the live stream certain things outside, so I wanted to take him out back, show him all the things that we got from Pennsylvania. And then not only that, but we've got so many fish in the house. And I just kind of like gave Shelby like, "Hey, you buy this." And then I'm like, "I'm buying this too." And we've got just too many things going on. I really never did research. And don't do that, by the way. If you're doing that, that's horrible. But we got home. And the reason why we can pull this off is because we have so many tanks. So when we got home, we're like, all right, hard water, soft water,
ready.
Boom. We got a tank ready for it. We put it in there. What we are really questioning is how to get them to breed. We already knew how to take care of them, but we didn't know how to get them kicking out babies. And of course, if you're going to do the Breeders' Award program, that's what it's all about, is kicking out as many babies as you can. And I only have so many tanks, so I'd like to get some of these babies in, out, and then in the Breeders' Award program, and then I can get a different project in the house in and out and move them out, because
some of those
we need more shrimp tanks. We need way more shrimp tanks. We don't have nearly enough. Like, I'm talking in the next month, we got to build this next 90-gallon rack. We got to get all of your fish out into the garage, except for the ones that need the cooler temperatures. We can keep them in here, I guess.
They're cute. We can't even deny it. And yes, we did buy fish on a whim, but with the new rack of 100 tanks. Let's explain that a little bit better. We have the soft water, then we have tap water for the harder fish, and then we had other tanks, and all of them had been cycling for longer than 30 days. So it's not like we bought them and go, "Oh crap, where are we supposed to put them?" We had tanks. We just needed to.
And we had empty ponds.
Find which ones they go into.
Yeah. And then Shelby moved her pea puffers because those things are so much to feed. And I got people wanting snails, and I'm like, if I'm catching snails, they're going to these pea puffers, except for like the Malaysian trumpets and maybe the blue rams. But like everything else has just been going to those pea puffers. And the hot tub is just packed with snails. So Shelby moved the pea puffers out there, and I moved one of her Black Magic taro plants into the hot tub today, and it was right there swimming along. Oh, one of them.
You're going to be much happier with an endless supply of snails that I couldn't provide.
And the one that I watched was just looking at like a group of 3 or 4 snails hovering around on a little piece of lava rock. So
I will say those are the
best food to eat.
Most difficult fish to keep, honestly, like puffers, because the amount of snails you have to feed puffers. I can't even, pea puffers are so tiny. I can't even imagine one of the big ones. Honestly, we'd have to have like an entire room dedicated.
I would just buy clams, shrimp. I would buy a little bag of escargot, I don't know, party mix.
Okay, we're falling behind in chat though.
That's fine.
Hello, Jamie. Said sorry, my phone decided to update at stream start. I hate when that happens. And you're welcome, Danikin. Oh no. Too much buffering tonight. Internet sucks.
And Danikin,
Oh, no.
your order was going out today, and I was like, "Is that cup for Danikin?" And Shelby's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Throw 2 extras in there." And she's like, "I did." I was like, "No, throw 2 more extras in there." So
So Crypt Keeper said, "Wait, I thought clove olive kills them, not just sedates them."
I'm gonna assume
Gotta-
it's a very minute amount. I don't know. The other name was like eugling or something like that. I don't know. There will be a whole video that will go out about it. I'm waiting for their entire report. They didn't pay for the shrimp. Instead of paying for the shrimp, I wanted access to their research. Not a scientist, but I would like to, check that out, see what they're doing. So hopefully, I will have dosage access and stuff like that. I will have footage of them putting the shrimp to sleep, putting them in the rocket, and then waking them up and stuff like that. The shrimp that I'm getting back, though, if they've been put to sleep in several times and I can get them to breed afterwards, that's going to be like my part of the research. I know that they're not going up into the rocket and coming back down and going through all those G forces, but interesting enough, if they've been put to sleep afterwards, can they breed? And were they put to sleep or were they killed and brought back to life? I don't know.
We'll have to draw a rocket on the tank so we remember that they're the rocket shrimp.
And I have this idea to just do this like goof troll TikTok, and I think it'd be cool to like put the shrimp to sleep and then like be like, "Oh, my shrimp's dead," and then like get a sweet tart and be like, "Sweet tarts, they're so good, they bring them back to life." And just have the time minute, and then the shrimp comes back to life. I'm just saying, I got way too many ideas for this shrimp, the troll shrimp TikTok, but nobody will ever know it's me. So
now they will.
No.
Yep.
No.
Hello, Ray Aquatics.
There's only 38 people that'll ever watch that moment. Nobody watches this far into the replays. If you do, put Sweet Tart down in the comment. I might send you something special.
39 people watching.
Now there is. One person came in too late. They're like, "What are they talking about?"
But Crypt Keeper did put what you said. Everyone, it's Saturday, 7 o'clock.
Thank you, Crypt Keeper. You are the man.
Scotty said, "Darn, now I gotta adjust my emojis. Dead shrimp, rocket dead."
But now we got 2 Tims, Crypt Keeper and Tim Gassetti. So
Crypt Keeper's
I'm gonna have to call him just Crypt Keeper from now on. I can't be like Tim because we got the other Tim watching.
So Spaghetti says they use clove olive oil on koi too. That's pretty cool.
I don't think it's olive oil though.
I said clove. Oh, olive oil. All I think about is food. Jamie said, "Senior tour on LRB channel puts your tank setup in perspective. So amazing. That's a lot of water." And we didn't even show you the bedroom.
Yeah. There was one room left out of it.
The outside too.
And the outside. And tomorrow, I don't know if this is going to be a thing for sure because I called him and then went straight to voicemail. Eddie. But he should be coming.
He might be watching.
He should be coming over tomorrow and helping me set up all the IBC totes on the right-hand side. So if I get one of those IBC totes set up and running,
you're supposed to
Jack Dempsey's, boom.
The new tarp before you put the IBC.
No, I don't need. No, I need to get the IBC totes in place, and then when we get the new tarp doesn't need to go all the way over. I can just lean the IBC totes on the side, just and slide the tarp underneath it. We just need to get them in place.
Robert said mugs are on the Shrimp Envy site, and the T-shirts are on Rebubble under Shrimp Envy. So if you're just now joining us, he's got these really cool mugs. This is driving me crazy. I like shrimp and maybe 3 people, and then their logo. Sorry. Now I wanted to drink it.
All right. And then back.
I'm going to interrupt you. Sorry. Crypt Keeper said mine said 6 days, but arrived in 2. So it gives you a little bit peace of mind there.
Yeah, it really depends how many states you are away.
And gummy bears were great, Ed said.
I'm glad to hear.
Okay, you can go because I already lost my spot.
All right. So I don't know if you guys seen. Maybe you saw it on. Did we share this on the last stream?
Yes, and I put it on Facebook today. So if you got me on Facebook, man, this light is terrible. What is going on? It's you have the light pointed up.
It's pointed up, huh? I just turned it on. I didn't point it anywhere. I don't think it's gonna help though. No. All right, you guys already saw it. The food is on the website as well as the Shrimp Envy products. So if you're looking for shrimp food, check it out. Shelby worked quite diligently to do what I told her to do on certain things before it was perfect. But the soy ahoy was her idea, and then she's got another one for some bee pollen.
I haven't 100% gone with the bee's knees. Okay.
No, you have to. It's already been said. We
screaming?
already have people that have said no, she has to do it, and you can't back out now. It's got to be a
Something
shrimp. It's got to have bees, and they're on the knees, and it's done. It's a done deal, and it might not be just bee pollen. We might put a secret ingredient in it.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
chemical X. Sorry, Layla's been watching Puff Girls.
Mm-hmm. Greg said, I bought some of your orange Neos last year and they've multiplied like crazy. I love to hear that.
Well, that was the next thing I was going to talk about too, because not only do we have that on the website, but Orange Neos and Emeralds, they are back on the website. So if you're looking for orange and green and good quality, not just culls, they are there. TGOEshrimp.com.
Don't say stupid stuff when I'm drinking.
All right, and then don't bring up something else. Just leave it right here. We're also going to do something else, and every week I decided that we are going to have a shrimp of the week. And to start it off, we're going to have 2 shrimp this week. The shrimp of the week are tangerine tigers and wild neos. I figure let's start with the 2 easiest of all shrimp of the neo and the caridina to start breeding. So they are on sale right now on the website. Tangerine tigers are $1 off. That's 25% off for them. And then the wild neos are 33.33 repeating percent off with the 50-cent discount. So those will be discounted throughout the week. $3 tangerine tigers that you're not going to have any culls. You're not going to find better looking tangerine tigers. Even Lucas was like, wow. And Shelby was like, yeah, those are mine. Like, I'm like, oh, man. But
they're touching those things.
They're available, $3 a piece. We've got 5 tanks, and they're just booming. They're spitting them out like crazy. So if you want a really easy shrimp that can even go with your neocaridina parameters, these are your choice, and now's the time to jump on them. So, and with members discounts, you could get them cheaper, like $2.70. So that's a steal.
Crypt Keeper said, Grant, yellow King Kongs I've had for a couple months. Just moved into this tank a month ago. Water changed weekly around 2 gallons from a 10-gallon tank. So 20%. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
2 gallons from a 10-gallon? Yeah.
It's 20%. It might have been old age. I wouldn't worry about it too much if it was just one shrimp.
Yeah. Arctic Wind said the LRV tour of your place was great. Thank you for watching. Danikin asked if we have solar yet.
No.
Probably won't.
I mean, I won't get it until like I know a neighbor or somebody who locally has gotten it done. The other thing is I have a brand new metal roof that's lifetime warranty, and if anything goes on it, ends our lifetime warranty on it, then I probably won't do it. But if we could put a couple of solar panels on the tiki bar, I might end up doing that. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Little battery pack in case power outage.
Thank you, Crypt Keeper. Said you will love the membership stickers Grant and Shelby made. Come join today.
And then also we live on a really good power grid. Like I know some other people's power went out locally, but because where we live, they put in these ginormous telephone poles. Like they're absolutely massive in case any destructive hurricane came our way or bad streamlined winds. So
If I want something, I will get it at auction. Just saying. Scuba said, opinion on superglue gel on or / implanted tanks.
Shelby has a different opinion than I do. I don't mind it. It's not a problem. Look at Layla's tank. Nothing wrong with the super glue in there. It's just sometimes the plants don't grow where you super glue. So the super glue will leave behind this white residue, and it's kind of ugly and hideous. So be very, very, very stingy when using the super glue. I prefer, if possible, to wedge it into a crack or something like that. And then even if you can get some moss cotton thread, that's gonna just deteriorate in your tank, and you're not gonna have to worry about removing it. And when it deteriorates, whatever it was holding down should be rooted or stuck to the wood or rock or whatever you're growing on it.
Now, I'm not going to say that I haven't used super glue. I tend to not like to use super glue. In the planted tanks, you want something that's going to work for a long time. Let's give you an example. We had 6 tanks set up at one time. I had super glued only one plant in all of those 6 tanks of moss. Now I'm saying now you could do like boosts and crypts and things like that seem to do better with the super glue.
Don't do crypts.
But
Samantha knew this.
Yeah, I mean,
You
yeah,
can't
that's
do
what I
crypts.
meant. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
I got you.
I was looking at the sorry. But with the moss, when you put it down and you flatten it, it seems to die off, and then you have dead moss underneath the growing new moss, and it ends up tending to have issues like either algae or just not growing at all. So I had flame moss that just never took off, like my 6 other tanks that I didn't use any moss or any super glue in, and those were amazing. So I mean, you could use it. I used it in my escape for the Florida State Fair, but it's very minimal that I used it. Try to wedge it. That is going to be your best bet, or little black elastic hair bands for like.
No, don't
Yeah,
use those.
I
I
love
hate
those.
those. They break off and then they're in your tank.
They're wonderful.
There's probably 20
You
in
pick
each
them out
one
of your
the
tank.
ponds and the shrimp. Go get them out of the shrimp ponds,
Nope.
then.
That's you do it. You made me do all the rubber bands so you can clean it up.
And then she wants to recommend them so you guys can do it.
Yeah. This is a good tip. Make sure both surfaces are wet first. It does seem to help a little bit.
Well,
Makes it dry
it
faster.
dries way faster once it hits water.
Yep. And works well. Just use the smallest amount that you can get away with.
And then pro tip, if you're using something like dragon stone or Ceru stone, and then you're going to super glue, what you can do is use some tweezers or tongs or something like that and stick the plant down, dab the super glue, and then get some dust of whatever stone you're using. And if you're using wood, you can use some old coffee grounds or something like that, and then just blow it on or dust it onto the top of the super glue, and that'll stop it from turning white and showing discoloration. So you can kind of blend it in a little bit. More work, and it can get your fingers a little sticky.
Just said that.
I don't know. I gotta make things more interesting. I'm starting to open up a little bit. I gotta get you to open up, because if I don't, then you're just gonna be this. She's so shy on camera. I don't get it. She's shy whenever we go out, so nobody's really seen the weird Shelby.
Stop.
I'm just kidding. But
He's not.
you're definitely goofy. You just don't like to show it.
You make goofy looking. Hello, Jeffrey Brown.
She eats raw potatoes.
Just stop.
I'm just kidding. She's eating like one raw potato, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I have ate them. It's not uncommon, okay? My grandparents went through the Depression. Stop. You're outing things I don't like talking about. Oh, goodness gracious. They're not bad, okay? Just if you like vegetables, you would understand. Maybe some not people. It kind of does taste like dirt. Jamie said, my pea puffer is a pig. He gets all excess snails from 17 of my tanks. We have so many ponds outside, I couldn't feed them enough still. Like, we had gotten 5 grown adults from our club that were like the biggest pea puffers you'll ever see. Like, they usually don't get that
how big. They were wide.
Yeah.
They're like every bit of 3 inches long.
Right. And then no one even thought they were pea puffers, but they were pea puffers for sure. But they just ate and ate. They just wouldn't stop. And Guppy B said, so when you start your new 10-gallon shrimp tanks, do you use moss to seed the other tanks? I saw you accidentally had started a colony like that. How would you avoid that?
Tissue cultures, or you could soak the moss into a container or something like that. I like to start the moss after like a week of the tank's been running. Some of the tanks will get like really heavy algae issues. I'll cut the lights back when that happens to avoid that. I'd rather prefer nice moss growth and nice clean breeding tanks than have the clad and algae filling everywhere. To me, that's harder to see male to female ratio. It's harder to work on culling. It's harder to keep your nitrates and everything in check. If that algae is growing, it means it's eating something in the water column, and your nitrates are probably fluctuating when you're not testing them. So for that reason, I just go as clean as possible. Add the moss in, knowing that it's going to be thriving and growing nice and clean. But if the baby shrimp happen to move from one tank to another, I'll move them out before the cycle's over. Usually, they grow quite some size to them in that first month while the cycle's going. So it's easy to take them out. I just chose to leave them in. There were some really nice crazy blues, and I don't sell crazy blues. So until I start selling them, I'm going to keep making more tanks of them.
Stillwater said, I have a great trick. I can bring a fly back to life. I made a lot of money as a bar trick.
Oh, man.
That's funny. Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, at least we can find it. You just scroll up until you see the fly thing.
Oh, nice.
That's why I try to leave one always on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I still lost it.
Did you? No, you saw Danikin's $5 super chat?
No. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
thank you, Danikin, with the $5 super chat. I need people like you and Lucas. It makes me look normal with 80 tanks. That is true.
Hey, thank you, man. But we got to be higher than that because.
Yeah. Okay, it's right there. Yep. Hello, Daniel. Did you already run out of water?
What? No.
Oh, you were reaching for mine.
No, I was reaching to mute it, but then you started to talk. I need a cough, and I don't want to break everybody's eardrums, but I think I'm fine now.
Hello, multiple tank syndrome. And Robert said red bubble. Sorry. I thought that's what it said.
We should make him a mod so he can just drop his links when he has them.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Multiple tank syndrome says, I have a dozen tanks and thought I have a lot.
Hey, if you got to stick with a name, you need to keep going.
Yep.
You need to multiply that every dollar per gallon sale. No excuses. If you got to put tanks outside, put tanks outside.
That is true. One thing's for sure. It is weird to think about, but when you're at like, say, 10 to 12 tanks, it does feel like a lot at first. But then when you get to like 20 and 30, it starts to feel normal. And then 40 to 50, you're like, all right, this is just how life's going to be. So the more you add, it just doesn't seem like it's even that much.
And then you reach to a point where you're like, there's no way I can do anymore. And then something clicks in your brain and you're like, I can do this more efficiently. And then you can double, triple, quadruple. And then you just figure everything out after like 40, 50 tanks. Something just happens. You're like, we can just keep adding more.
The funny thing is, I will never be able to live without a fish tank in the house ever again because of these. Prime example. Wow. Hello,
Sorry.
earthquake. It's not loud in the house, but it's peaceful with like all the bubbles. We had that hurricane that came through, and all the pumps went out. Everything was silent. I was literally like having a mini panic attack. I was like, Grant, I can hear myself breathing. Please turn the pumps back on. Like I can't. It was so bad. And then when we go to like hotels, I gotta have the TV on, and it's like it's just too quiet. There's no background noise, and it's just annoying as can be. So I don't know if anyone else suffers from that, but I will never be able to live without a fish tank now, or at least like a bubbler. Danikin said, "Shrimp Envy rocks. You must have it. Great stuff." And Arctic Winds does say, "Yes, bee's knees."
That's how far behind we are. We gotta step it up, Shelby.
Crypt Keeper says that he needs. I know. I told you to stop talking. Oh.
I will work on that this week.
Yeah.
I want to try and get it before the next show. It'd be cool to have our 2 foods and then the full lineup of Shrimp Envy foods for when we go to the Triple Crown. We met some characters at the Pennsylvania Club, and they're going to the Triple Crown. So I'm looking forward to seeing them again. I'm looking forward to meeting quite a few new people at the Triple Crown. It's going to be a great event.
Multiple Tank Syndrome said, "That reminds me of Blue Dream Shrimp I got had babies."
Nice, man. Congrats.
Love to hear that.
And then New Local Oxen said Shrimp of the Week.
Yeah.
For now, both Shrimp of the Weeks are on our streams. In the future, one of the Shrimp of the Weeks will be on somebody else's stream, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where that's sitting. They're both very busy, so I can't talk about everything.
How you doing, Dane?
Hey, man.
And Richie, thanks for you guys to join us. Loving the tangerine tiger he got. Ooh. Okay. And hello, Lefty. Thanks for joining us.
How's it going, man? Welcome.
Multiple Tank Syndrome said he have to get some tangerine tigers in. Yes. We are far behind. Do you have a favorite shrimp to cross with tangerine tigers?
All right. No, I don't.
There's too many. It's like, no, we just love tangerine tiger.
Aurora Blues, if you can get high-grade Aurora Blues, F1 out of Tangerine Tigers produces a lot of really nice greens. So Auroras for the green apple cross, final answer.
Oh,
Did you say hi to Lonnie?
I skipped everyone.
Oh.
Thank you so much for the $5 super sticker, Chattanooga Ed. Yes, it is a wonderful shirt. We have been fighting back and forth on who's going to wear it.
I did think I bought you the shirt and I got myself the hat, but I wore your hat to swimming today, Ed, so it kind of got a little wet after I got done, so couldn't wear the hat, decided to wear the t-shirt. I like to wear the fish. No auctions tonight. Don't worry, Shelby. It's just my alarm for trying to. Speaking of auctions and new shrimp, we did get some new shrimp today.
Oh, yeah, that apparently on my birthday gift.
Listen, her favorite shrimp.
This guy, no. This guy, every year around my birthday, for some reason, spends like $200 to $300 on shrimp. No. This is after Father's Day.
That was supposed to be delivered last week.
Then he opens them up and he goes, "Happy birthday!" Every time.
Listen, Sulu SA shrimp, her favorite shrimp. And then we got 5 of the Rusty Royal Orange Eye Blue Tigers from Orlando's Aquashella. And she's like, I want these. And she's like, I need more. Well, I won the auction for those too. Gave them to her.
Yeah.
Said happy birthday.
Yeah.
Gave her some other Orange Eye Blue Tigers. Said happy birthday.
They are really
didn't
nice.
give her
They
the
are
Super
really
Crystal Blacks. I know she doesn't want those. Those are mine.
No.
Didn't
You
get
can
rid of
have
the
them.
Aurora Blues.
I like
Those
the
are
Aurora.
mine. But the blue-legged postas, if you don't think that those would be a good birthday gift, well then maybe I need to find somebody else to join me for these streams. You could just say you think they're good and then they're good.
Hello, Lonnie. Said, hope you're doing well. Thanks for the shrimp. They're super awesome.
You're welcome. I've been sending so many people shrimp lately.
Hello, PA Fish Preacher. Wish we could have saw you up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I
need to do better at probably sharing things on social media. I should have made a post on the community page. I've never done it on YouTube. I need Shelby to quit her day job and come work for me full time so she can keep everybody updated. But we hopefully will see you at the Keystone Clash.
And Multiple Tank Syndrome said, I use Superglue in my tanks. I'm not very good with it yet.
Chopstick. I was using a chopstick to stick the super glue down. That worked really easy and was able to keep it off my fingers. If you don't have tweezers.
Yep, and prefer stuffing plants and cracks too.
I mean, that's how plants naturally float down the streams and make their way into new homes.
Roscoe asked, hello, Roscoe. Will you be doing any more informational videos on YouTube?
No, we will. I'm sorry. We're so busy with just so many things. And this monster of a rack system is like what we've decided as being our next tank setup. And it's going to take poor Shelby like 3 days to edit it once I get her everything to edit. And it's taken me so long to put everything together because I'm playing catch up since my ankle broke. And there's just so many projects that got to get done. We've been doing so many trips that I've been playing catch up on water changes. And then Shelby's adding all these fish all over the place. So instead of her like coming with me and doing stuff, she's over here feeding fish 2 times a day. It's great though.
Creeper seems so offended. I'm so sorry. I'm in Anubis. I was even looking at the Anubis and I still said Crip. Oh man. You know what? I want to try it now though.
No,
not you know,
Crips,
it's just gonna be the
some...
whole leaf is gonna rip off, and the plant's just gonna be like, "Why'd you do this to me?"
You can do some Hygropedophiliata or what was the other one I was gonna do? Oh yeah, Super Red Mini Lugwidia.
It's multiple tank. You just love saying that.
Yeah.
Multiple tank syndrome said I also use aluminum bonsai wire.
I like saying Hygropedophiliata too. I like it when I can say the Latin words, and I hope I'm saying those ones right.
Yep. And Scuba Seed said, dang, I should have sprinkled some sand over my glue. That's a good idea. Yep.
Oh, you're going to skip over the comment that says Shelby is perfect, huh? You're going to be too humble. Too humble over here.
Multiple tank syndrome said you can do that same blending trick with ground up substrate too, like Flugel.
Yeah. As long as the substrate matches the hardscape.
I'm not the only one. Raw potatoes with salt. Yum. Don't act like I'm the only person in the world that's done this. Okay?
Say, you're with me now. I can feed you better.
He thinks that I was just starving as a child. I mean,
I had to like force her to eat when she started dating me. I'm like, I'm paying for dinner.
Yeah.
You don't have to be cheap. Like, I work hard. Let's go. Let's get food. And she's like, I'm just not hungry. And I'm like, eat now.
My mom eats raw potatoes. It's weird, crunchy dirt water to me.
And the other thing was there was no spice. Like if you put too much pepper on her steak, it was spicy for her.
Oh my gosh!
And so I had to like sneak in certain spices and stuff here and there, and like just go out to dinner, try this, and then she'd get halfway through it and be like, why is it so spicy all of a sudden? I was like, because you thought it was really good, wasn't thinking about it. And next thing you know it, you're sweating bullets because it's actually kind of spicy for being like mild, and then now she's like on medium on some places, but some spice she still don't like jalapenos.
Multiple tank syndromes with me as well. We're getting the good votes here. Like raw potatoes too. It's just like an apple.
Fish people are weird, I guess. Just as
Yeah.
weird as you. I don't know. I don't know how you got too many people on the team.
My grandmother used to do it as a snack before we ate dinner, and I think it did date back to the Depression, where like potatoes were like the thing to eat. So I don't know. It's not like bad, but now I can't really eat them. They do taste like dirt. If you don't wash them good enough or too much starch on it, then yeah, it's kind of gross. But yeah, it's definitely freaked him out the first time I just bit into a potato. It freaked him out.
She's making mashed potatoes, and like she's peeling them or something. And the next thing she knows, she's I'm like, what did you just do? She's like, I'm like,
You man, it's so ridiculous. Like oh my gosh.
you did.
Stop.
You didn't even try to sneak it. She's like, you won't see. I'm hungry. How? And then she made me stuffed shells after I told her I don't like cheese. And she's like, yeah, stuffed shells, pasta, cheese.
Great idea. Oh man. The
weirdest
joys
thing-
of being 16 and thinking that I had it all together, that I was gonna be great at everything.
The weirdest thing is like maybe a raw tomato with salt. And I think I've only done that once in my life. And
That
I
is
think I
not
went to
weird.
try
That's
it
actually like a
again, and
really common thing.
Yeah,
Like
but,
when you
like,
think about salads, raw tomatoes.
everything else
which
needs
is-
to be like dipped in ranch or
Yeah, ranch is so gross.
Cooked.
Okay, I like this. Scotty says raw potato. Okay, Shelby's 99% perfect.
99. Maybe 99.5.
See, Arctic says raw potatoes are fine from time to time.
Nope. She's been sneaking them. Otherwise,
No.
hopefully it's only been the 1 or 2 bites.
Hello, mountain greenery. I don't like enjoy it as much as I used to. Like my
It's 'cause
palate
I've
has
introduced
changed.
you to flavor. Welcome to Flavor Town, baby.
Well, I was no. You actually were like flavorless when I first met you.
No.
Talk about like no salt in any meal.
Oh, because I was trying
No
to be an
butter. I'm a
athlete.
Southern person.
I thought
butter
maybe,
and salt and everything. Not
maybe
anymore,
I could
but.
swim faster if I ate healthier.
And Nano said, I thought raw potatoes were bad for you. They're not bad for you. They're just people don't like them. That's just gross to people. So
It's probably
it's
bad for
kind
you.
of dirty.
There's probably something bad.
I mean, if you ate just like straight out the bag, you need to rinse them and stuff like that. And there might be bad, but not like I wouldn't think it'd be as bad as like tomatoes sometimes, like have little bugs in them. But think
Scotty
everything.
asked, can Carradina go with Neos? And the answer is tigers can definitely go in Neo Carradina parameters. Neos can most likely go into Carradina parameters as long as the tank's not like brand new substrate and into the like 5 pH. As long as it's 6 and above, Neos should be all right. But Tangerine Tigers, Shrimp of the Week, those things are tanks. I always tell people if you're killing those, probably you're killing all of your shrimp, because the only thing that Neos are a little bit more hardier on than the Tangerine Tigers is temperature wise. So if your temperature is below 76, Tigers all day.
Oh, Snoop. So sorry I didn't say hello at Pennsylvania. I'm socially awkward, but was there. The shrimp arrived that day as well, so started a drip before I got there. No DOAs and looking good. Love to hear that, but don't ever be shy to talk to us because we are super happy when we get to meet someone.
Now
in
I'm just
person.
going through my photographic memory. I'm like, which one's Snoop? Was
The
it
only
you
one
with
I
the
think-
pink hair?
No, I feel like he's a person in the back right.
The guy with the
of
pink hair
the
was not
room.
socially awkward.
No.
I didn't remember
There
anyone
was
socially
someone
awkward.
in the back right side of the room, if that was you.
that sat
I
down
pointed
and
you
didn't want
out.
to sit with the crowd, maybe.
Yeah. But don't ever be scared. We don't bite.
If you were the guy
Big
next to
teeth,
me
but I-
that was running the horticulture program,
No.
you gotta just turn over and say, "Hey, I'm Snoop."
No. That was his name's different. Multiple tank syndrome said use floating plants like dwarf water lettuce to help keep algae down.
Yep, it'll help block out some of the light as well as absorb those nitrates. And
unless you're in Florida.
oh, it'll
You're
help.
not supposed to have water lettuce.
You're not supposed to travel with it. As long as it's already in your backyard, it's okay. Just don't spread it around. Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know what the laws are. Whoever talks to Fish and Wildlife, it's
don't do it in Florida.
But there was quite a few bags of that and the water hyding. Why can't I say it right now?
I'm not going to be able to say it because you said it wrong. If you water hyacinth. Thank you. There you go. Crypt Keeper said, anyone coming to the stream late, you've missed some news. Grant will be appearing on Scotty the Fish Freaks channel this Saturday at 7 p.m.
What? You too. You're allowed on that one. You're not allowed on Rico's. It's a
Rico
boys
doesn't
only
like
stream.
me. Boys only.
No, it's
you know, just... you should put a sign up just like where I'm supposed to be sitting, just be like boys only crew tonight or something, club. That'd be so funny. Please, I'm gonna make it. With my face on it.
You made a great argument.
No, I completely understand. I'm just making jokes. If Rico, you're still listening, I understand. I think it's hilarious, and I'm gonna make jokes about it.
Shelby
but I understand you need to focus on people.
She deserves her own spotlight, even if the spotlight the whole time is talking crap about me, which it probably will be because that's how Shelby likes to do things.
Got the tea.
Whenever I'm done with my talk, she'll just make all these jokes. She's like, "When you said this, I just wanted to say this." And then usually uses a really bad slang slur word afterwards. I'm like,
Well, when you're so when his presentation actually in Pennsylvania, you didn't hear me at all. I forgot to tell you too. His presentation in Pennsylvania decided to go wonky and go through all the slides and go to the end, and it was just the end. And I just looked at everyone. I was like, that's because I wanted him to finish. The only one that heard me was the lady in front of me. She just turned and saw. It was funny. I don't even know if she actually heard me or she was just like happy to be there. It was her first time too, so it'd be funny if she was one that watches. But Multiple Tanks said, I keep looking for tanks on Craigslist. I'm building a rack system in my basement.
Oh, very nice. So the 12 tanks should turn into a lot more tanks. And how's it going, Chattanooga Ed? I heard that the Chattanooga Aquarium has a really nice Amazon exhibit. So I might come and see you on one of our trips up north in the next coming months, because I think it would be a good little stopping, staying at a, not staying, but seeing a little aquarium and then heading up. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the aquarium and if you'd be down to come visit it with us. Let me know.
And welcome, and Stephen P.
I forgot he left the super chat.
Yeah.
Jesus. What am I doing?
And Danikin said, Danny and I will be at the Triple Crown.
Awesome.
We'll see you there. I'm so excited. There's so many people going. I'm going to be so overwhelmed. My face is permanently going to be like this. And I'm going to be like, my face hurts so bad. Because I don't smile, like, ever. People at work, they're like, every time someone comes into work, they're like, can you smile? And I'm like, no.
You just take things way too seriously because you're run by the corporate overlord. You just got to get you out of those clutches.
I really don't. I'm usually like lost in my mind. I usually just like blank face, and I'm always thinking about what we can be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, because there's a lot on the plate. So most of the time it's not there. But at shows, man, I can't stop because everyone just makes me so happy. They don't make me feel crazy for liking all the fish.
And today was quite an eventful day. Not only did we get eight bags of shrimp, but we also shipped out quite a few boxes. We had one order of 200 yellow Neos and then 50 of every single other color. So it was quite a large box. It was like 16 pounds of shrimp. So, and they were like bagged. They were going overnight. So there was like 50 shrimp per bag. It was quite packed.
Ed, I hope you are feeling better. That took me way too long to say. Oh. And hello, Lady Diane. We're getting there.
He said I am feeling better. So.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. Lady Diane said, setting up a shrimp tank now for a new
I think she meant
TGOE.
tribute.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
What shrimp are you planning to get? Are you doing a Neo or a Caradina? Want to know. That's pretty cool.
You're gonna do both because you're gonna take advantage of the shrimp of the week. Brought to you by the Garden of Eden.
Stop. Alan said, "Gosh, I wish I could keep orange-eyed blue tigers or any orange-eyed tiger. They always die on me. I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. Maybe you should do a video on your orange-eyed raising tips."
Thing is they're just as easy as any other Caradina, but have you tried the orange-eyed yellow King Kongs? If you haven't, let me know. I would like to give you some of those at a discounted rate. See if those are a little bit easier for you to keep. Also, are you keeping them in Neo-Caradina parameters? Because we have really good success breeding them in Caradina.
Mm-hmm.
They breed so slow. They grow so slow compared to other Caradina. And because of that, we have so many tanks of them. But they're all the tanks are doing good. The black tigers, orange eyes, they breed slower than everything else. But the regular blondes and the regular blues and stuff like that, those should be doing all right in just about any water parameters that you have in Florida.
Ray said it drove right by the house again. Should have stopped in if we were home. We're like barely home.
We would have been stopping by your way around like 1 o'clock in the morning. So
opposite way. Sorry.
Yeah.
We drove by their house.
Yeah.
Where do they live?
North Florida. By Lucas. We want to make a trip to Lucas, and then we'll probably come and see you at the same time.
That'd be a good plan.
Think about getting a new car. So we're taking a trip if we do that.
Derek said, thinking of putting a 40-gallon tub outside with a sponge filter for Neos. I live in Kentucky, so the summers get pretty humid, but usually not super high temps. Doable or waste of shrimp?
No. So I highly suggest putting a tub outside and running it as long as you can until that water starts to freeze solid shut, because the sun and everything else outside is going to do wonders. I mean everything else outside, because the bugs and other things are going to fall into your tanks, and those are going to turn into great shrimp food. I feel like the tubs, even with the covers on them, they got like a decent amount of beetles, and like Florida has some weird metallic like green blue beetles, and I'll see like their shells just in the bottom of tanks. I'm like, oh man, how did like a blue piece of gravel fall in there? And then I'll look a little bit closer, and it'll be a beetle shell. And the shrimp have just got to be eating on that. They got to be full of chitin, and because of that, they're a good source. A lot of benefits with keeping your shrimp outside, and it being humid is not a problem. It's so humid outside, and we keep them in a greenhouse where it's even more humid in the greenhouse. So even though it's not sweating like I want it to for the plants, maybe we can seal some more off.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
But then it would be so miserable catching shrimp. It was bad out there today. So I mean, we had a couple orders for red cherries, and I mean, the red cherry orders that went out today are a little bit nicer than the normal ones.
So Scuba Seed said, me either. I just let the super glue dry on my fingers and bite it off like an animal.
Oh, it annoys the crap out of me though when it's on my fingers, and like you gotta do whatever you can until it gets off, right?
Yeah. So Chattanooga Ed said, Steve-O, this Thursday night show is going to be dedicated to you. So we're going to have to make sure we watch that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, Susan.
Scuba Steve, you're going to be in Dallas. You want to help us out for a couple hours with the shrimp contest? Please let me know. Anybody that wants to help volunteer at the shrimp contest in Dallas, please let me know. We are trying to organize and have it so that way there's always someone around the contest to help out, answer any easy shrimp questions. If there's something too difficult, you can send them our way. We're going to be right across the hall, either doing the booth or maybe doing an aquascape on Saturday. Don't know. Haven't decided yet. I kind of told Shelby she should sign us up for it today. Haven't decided yet, but I think we should do it. And
Let's see.
yeah, man, if you're down or if anybody else wants to help out, Dallas, Aquashella, shrimp contest, anybody that wants to go, enter some shrimp in the contest because that is going to get you in both days VIP access for just $25. And all you got to do is enter 3 to 5 of your biggest, best, most identical looking shrimp that you can. And hey, you could win a prize. We are working with the sponsors to get a little prize for the podium winners. I'm not sure if it's going to be just first place or first, second, and third yet, but we're going to get 50 brand new tank setups from Shrimp King. So if you want to have your shrimp displayed in those brand new, nice looking tanks, enter them in the contest, and then what?
Isn't it JBJ, not Shrimp King?
They're both the same.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. You didn't say hello to Susan. Said hello to both of us.
Hey, Susan.
And Anakin said that he is Norwegian. Spice to me is butter. Yes, I eat raw potatoes with salt. And so does Alan. Says raw potatoes with salt and pepper or just salt are amazing. So refreshing. It's not uncommon. You just didn't grow up with people. See, Norwegian. I don't know where Alan's from, but we gotta find out where this regional thing is coming from. But yes, Chattanooga Ed eats some cooked.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer mine cooked and like smothered with cheese and bacon and some chive onions.
I like potatoes just about any way you can cook them, raw, Grub Keeper said, "This is great, poor Shelby." So he likes for me to suffer.
Join next week, and I'll give you guys another fun fact about Shelby.
No, stop! I'm gonna have to duct tape his mouth shut. This is not good. Oh, and Danica said, "You don't know what you're missing, Ed." I think it's an acquired taste. It's not going to be something like my sister eats caviar. Like she enjoys eating it. Me, I look at it. There's no way I'm eating. I'm not even trying. I can't bring myself to it.
Dots. And I love ice cream, but I can't eat Dippin' Dots because I think I'm eating caviar because it looks so much like fish eggs. And then it kind of tastes like a little fishy. Like it doesn't taste like solid ice cream. It tastes like plastic ice cream. For whatever, the plastic tastes a little fishy.
I'm sorry, this is so funny. Spaghetti Nona said, my husband told his roommate after our first date she eats like a man. That's when he knew you were the one. He was like, yep, taking this one home.
Doesn't hold back.
It's like that white chicks.
You guys get your money worth when you go to the all-you-can-eat buffet.
That's so
Poor old
great.
Shelby over here. I don't like to go to CC's because I just don't get my money worth. I'm like, I don't care. Me and the kids, we get the money worth.
Like 3 slices of pizza, and I'm like, great. I paid so much for this.
At CC's. I kill it.
Oh, good. I'm glad to know that according to Google, raw potatoes has solanine, which can make you sick. But I guess more people than I thought eat them. Yeah, I would think that like if you eat too much, it could be a problem. Like you can't even eat like apple cores have like cyanide in them. People don't realize that. Oh, green potatoes are toxic too. There's green potatoes. I know there's red,
I think
golden.
they're like like ripened maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Hello, Chris. LRB Aquatics Aquarium Hoarder brought me here. How did you get into shrimp hoarding?
So we used to breed chameleons, and when we would look into Craigslist to buy, sell anything pet related, this ad for shrimp would come up. Buy or breed, sell, raise shrimp on the side, make side living, and I ended up reading it all. And we got out of chameleons to do a more stable income, which was landscaping. And I didn't have time to take care of crickets and worms for 2 hours a day. So I sold off all the chameleons and I was like, let's try doing the shrimp thing. I wasn't patient enough to breed the chameleons and try and create something new. But I thought with the shrimp, the short reproductive rate would be really easy for me to try and make something new. Not as easy as I thought, but it's been a lot of fun. And one shrimp led to another. And I got to a point where they're paying for the new type of shrimp. So when that kind of happened, I just kind of started dumping all the money back into the hobby. And now we're at where we are at today with 303 tanks, 40 ponds. Will be more ponds set up tomorrow. They won't be flooded or anything like that, but I'll figure out how many ponds are about to plumb and get ready.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely caught the bug just because of Craigslist.
And I think a big thing about going from just being a hobbyist to like shrimp boarding or to doing something like that full time is to actually put the effort and to believe in yourself. A lot of people will get to a certain scale and then they get worried because, well, this isn't paying off. This isn't doing what I want it to do. I'm having this problem, this problem, this problem. We all have problems in the hobby. Like, we don't always have success stories. And yeah, none of us really share like the horror stories or the bad times. Like, we've shared a couple, but like a lot of people get that ick in between where they're like, I don't really know if this is for me or if I should do it. But if it's something you enjoy, you just put your passion right into it and it becomes something bigger than you ever think. And you just got to stick with it. A lot of people just end up giving up on themselves. And, a lot of people are like that. Go to school, do something, and then they give up on it because they just don't think it's for them. But sometimes it is.
I think we've shared all the horror stories that are worth sharing.
Yeah.
I don't think we've kept anything away from anybody.
I mean, there's a couple times where we didn't think that things were going to go the way we wanted it to go.
Maybe go a little bit better, but like,
yeah.
That's just the risk of like maybe buying shrimp and then somebody keeping them in slightly different parameters. And because we not have to, but it's way easier for us to keep everything efficient. Sometimes you lose a couple shrimp on the way. Like we bought Aurora Blue Tigers and we ended up buying more because the first order didn't do too well. And I know it's difficult shipping shrimp in the summer times, but I did my best to get the substitute to bring them to me early. Wasn't able to get a hold of him, so we had him shipped this time on Saturday. Was hoping that would do better. I even asked him to ship in a larger volume of water, so instead of one bag, he split them up into 2 bags. And it's just so hot. There's just always going to be issues. But out of the 20 shrimp that I got that did make it, I should have good colonies from both of those batches.
And welcome in Zen Ginger.
We just were talking today. We need to make you a moderator. And then jumped on us.
You got something else to talk about while I find this real quick?
I don't. The next thing that I was going to suggest we do is you bring up the videos from our past weekend. So
yep.
We got to go to the aquarium at the Pennsylvania Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium, and it was very impressive. Not every tank was filled because of COVID and stuff like that, but the tanks that were filled were filled.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some good footage, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. You want to?
A little bit. Let's catch a little bit up here. Look how far we are.
So was the guy behind us?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I pointed him out. I can always tell someone else that's shy in public because I am one of the worst. I'm like, I see some people that I want to talk to and I'm like, can't do it. I can barely even go like out in public by myself anymore. All right. Susan said, my shrimp are still alive, 30 days growing strong. Love to hear that.
What's up, Xanadu?
Welcome.
Did we say hi to Scruffy?
No, I
What's up, Scruffy?
Just got here. Hello, Scruffy. And yeah, Zen Ginger, yeah. I actually watched your video before Ed had said something about that too. I had watched it and I didn't realize it was your channel for some reason. But I love that talks about the glow tetras, the glowfish. I like it. Yeah, a lot of people are a little negative about the glowfish, and we know someone who personally started that project, so we know a little bit more than Some people do. Some people just read on the internet and think they know everything, but they are not just injected with a needle.
And I have a series that I want to start with that guy, and it's going to have to do with the Breeder Awards program. So I haven't asked him anything, but he's a great guy. I'm sure he'll do it.
Chattanooga said he has season passes and can always take one person with me for free.
Well,
See you later.
I'll pay for Shelby and the kids to come along, and I'll be your freebie.
Did I miss someone? No, we're good. We're going on track. Catching up. The man always keeping Shelby down. Probably the snowballs waiting for your A-team Jades.
I can send you some A-team Jades if you want. You message me for members. I could definitely take care of some nice Jades. I just haven't got a nice enough photo to add them up on the website yet. Matt reached out to me. He needed some greens. I hooked him up. So I got you if you want some.
Chris said, how hot is too hot for shrimp tubs if they aren't in the sun for long?
We've had them up to 30, from down to 37 degrees all the way up to 93 degrees. So I really wouldn't be worried about them getting too hot. As long as they're like in a good water volume, they should be able to handle it. And we have them in 15-gallon tubs with a little bit of shade cloth over it. So if you have a 40-gallon tub without any shade, you might get some algae issues, but the shrimp won't be any issues.
So Guppy B said, what's the date that I should mail my shrimp to Texas?
So the Monday before.
Yeah.
So whatever, Shelby will pull up the date real quick.
Well, it's August 6th and 7th, so I guess, yeah, pull up the calendar.
Yeah, just pull up the calendar, and then the Monday. Calculator. The Monday beforehand, if you're going to send USPS priority. If you're wanting to send overnight, I would ship on Wednesday, because if there's any issue and they don't get there on Wednesday, then or
Thursday.
If there's any issue and you ship overnight on Thursday and they don't get there on Friday and they get there on Saturday, you're disqualified. And then the only thing is I would use UPS if you're going to ship overnight, because USPS has not been reliable in shipping overnight. And it seems like if they miss the overnight date, they're going to have to refund you their money. And they know that. So it seems like they don't care about getting it there on time anymore. And I've actually had some late overnight packages be the longest packages to arrive. So I'd prefer sending on Monday USPS if you have to ship them in. And only ship in 5 shrimp, no more. You can't ship 6, because if all 6 of them live, I can't pick one out for you. All 6 of them will be entered. So ship only 5 shrimp.
And if 6 are entered, you're disqualified. If you didn't really explain that.
DQ.
Scuba 220 grit sandpaper gently yet quickly remove super glue from hands. And Zen said use a fingernail file and just file your skin. If you get super glue on them, works for me. Chattanooga Ed said if I'm not working full time in the YouTube booth, I'll come over and help. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, most things will have their prices on it, so it won't be too hard. That's the whole reason we weren't.
I don't think he's talking about the booth.
State.
I'm thinking he's talking about the shrimp contest.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Because we asked. It's the kids. It's summer and the kids are not forced to go to bed at their bedtime.
I don't think I've ever seen this person ever comment to Jill and they said raw potatoes. Love it. Oh. And Nano said, yes, more Shelby facts. No, absolutely not. Oh. Ginger said, I don't know. It may be more common than thought, but eating raw potatoes still feels really psychopathic. You know, I mean, I eat them while watching my crime shows, so maybe, Scotty said, Grant, potatoes with cheese, you don't like stuffed shells. I'm so confused. That's as bad as eating raw potatoes. They're so good. But mine were terrible.
They were not cooked melted cheese. It has to be melted
they were ricotta cheese, it was cooked. He just doesn't like ricotta cheese. So that's also.
I love cannolis and it makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I could down a cannoli cake, no problem.
Thank you, DJ Owen, for the $5. Is it safe for shrimp to keep them in a Wallstead style planted tank with a few inches of capped gravel and sand? Hold on. Didn't want to forget.
So DJ Owen, you're gonna have to look up the Wallstead method because I don't know what it is exactly.
No filter.
No filter, but there's
Yeah,
also
it's like all
something
natural plants.
with the substrate, and I'm not sure if they put fertilizer or anything, but as long as you don't put anything into the substrate that has copper, and you're not messing with the plants too much, set the tank up, let it run, plant it up, get it to where you want it, and then put the shrimp in.
Method.
All right, then put the shrimp in. You'll be fine. But if you're trying to like rescape and move plants around, what happens is something in the substrate gets into the water column, creates a bacterial infection, and you'll start losing like one shrimp a day until you can get that out of your water columm.
So actually, add to this. So a big person is the Oddball Aquatics. Can't remember if it's Oddball Aquatics, but she does all planted tanks, and they don't use any filters. She used to work for Lucas. But yes, that's what it is. It's all natural, and so it should be fine. She breeds the crap out of shrimp in them, so it's no problem. It's just like you said, if you pull any plants out, it's going to be a problem with like
bacterial infections, funguses, stuff like that. We're way up though.
Yeah. No, we aren't. We're right here.
Okay.
Chris said, I like caviar almost as much as my discus do. Fish just love eating their own kind.
I don't eat anything with a fin. I'll eat shrimp, crab, mussels, scallops, lobster, but nothing with a fin.
Jamie said, raw potatoes are great with butter if you heat them on a barbecue for 10 to 15 minutes. We smoke our potatoes. 10 to 15
minutes is enough. I mean, unless you have the barbecue cranked up super high, but
we probably
cook them on the smoker for like 45 to an hour and a half.
Apple seeds are delicious. You've actually eaten apple seeds? I've never tried them. From what I heard, it's like we were actually feeding our dog the apples, but
they pop or something like popcorn.
No,
I don't know.
We're gonna have to try it now. Sin said I was choked on my beverage. Grant does that. Usually when I go to take a drink of something, he'll make a joke.
It's very, very easy to make laugh.
No. Yeah. Jamie, have you ever had raw potatoes fried in oil? That's my favorite way to have them. Okay. So Gummy B said, whose ad was it? Did you get your
first header?
First one. Well, who's ad in Craigslist? Do you know who that was? I don't even think
TalladegaPonds.com.
You remember? That's crazy.
Got a memory like an elephant. Just
I couldn't remember my birthday. Yeah, okay.
I think you have a birthday in like 2 days. 3 days.
Yeah, see, he doesn't even remember what day it is. Green potatoes are when sunlight hits the potato and I believe makes cyanide. Oh, wonderful. Oh my gosh, that's great, terrible. He's over here to only buy me green potatoes or not.
I won't buy them. I'll just grow them like
so
that.
Susan said, Grant, water changes with shrimp. How much and how often?
All right, 10% every week or 20% every other week, and you can do way more. That is the bare minimum I suggest you do. So if you want to do 20% every week or 50% every other week, that's what we do. And the shrimp love it. As long as you don't have chlorine in the water and your water changes are matching up the water that is going in fresh as the same or close to the water that's already in the tank, then the shrimp shouldn't have any shock or any issues. And the best thing to do is get some type of guard over a siphon so that way you don't suck up any babies, and make sure you don't overfeed so you don't have to clean that substrate.
Scruffy City Aquatic said, my 20-gallon micro pond has reached mid-80s and my cherries are multiplying.
Yeah, I actually told Shelby today our pound-for-pound champ breeding tank in the greenhouse is the little tiny Rule King trash can. That thing is spitting out red cherries left and right.
Oh, but to go back to that, yes, when your tank, when your pond gets a little bit warmer, the Neos will produce faster. Their lifespan might be shortened a little bit, but they do produce a lot faster when it's warmer water.
And you know how our lifespan might be shortened, but like I'm thinking
Not
about it in the
much.
wintertime, it's cold. So are we like increasing their lifespans during the winter and then shortening them in the summer? And then that is
The ultimate
counteracting
combo?
one another. So they're
Maybe.
they're having perfectly long lives anyways.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
It might be because, like, if you think about it, heated tanks, most likely the person's heating the tank constantly throughout the entire
Yeah.
year at that 80 degrees, which would shorten someone's life because it's hot water. So realistically, hot and cold will probably most likely have for a normal life and what they should be. Chattanooga Ed said, I'd be happy to help you guys any way I can. Thank you. I appreciate that. Crib Keeper said, Grant, I won't be in Dallas, but I'll be in Chicago if you need a hand with anything. We
will definitely need a hand in Chicago on Saturday because we are in the qualifying finals for the
We won't have a booth in
Fluval.
Chicago, though.
No, but we'll need help at the shrimp contest.
Oh, yeah.
So while we're doing the Fluval,
It's really going to bother me. Stop.
Fluval's shrimp aquascape contest. Sorry, there's an advertisement for Fluval, and we've been calling it Fluval the whole time, but they go, for our Fluval filter or whatever it was. I was like, it's Fluval. Oh my God, we've been saying it wrong the whole time.
I think everyone in this world has been saying it wrong.
Fluval. All right.
We're going to have to call the president up tonight.
Yeah, we will definitely need help on Saturday. And then I don't know if you're going to be at AGA also, but it would be definitely cool to meet you there beforehand.
This is hilarious. Hello, welcome in, Matt. Someone say psychopath. No fear, I'm here.
Great time for it to jump. Extra screen time.
Chattanooga Ed said, I sold stuff for LRB while he was judging shrimp one time. That's funny.
And Scuba Steve sold some stuff for us while we were aquascaping at Aquaticon. So
yeah, he just failed to tell me that it was happening. I just luckily knew who Scuba Steve was. So but it took me a minute. I'm coming back and these two people are sitting at the booth and I'm like, who are these people? Like I said the booth would be fine.
Oh, someone needs to remind me. I want to talk to Sean about doing a scavenger hunt for Aquashella because Scuba Steve, man, he goes around and gets everybody's signature and doesn't get anything out of it. That kid, give him a scavenger hunt. He gets it done first, and then he actually gets rewarded for all of his hard work. I'd like to see that happen.
The Scruffy City Aquarium. Let me go back to that though. Let me go back to your point though, because the Scuba Steve, I think I was setting up tanks I was doing all the wiring for the shrimp contest, and you came up and asked Grant for a signature. I'm underneath the table at this time, like plugging everything in, and I'm like, who is asking for Grant's signature? What is going? Like, what world are we living in? I get out and Grant's face is just lit up like the 4th of July sky. And he was just so happy. He's like, someone just asked for my signature. And I was like, it made my day that he got so happy about that. It was so wonderful. Although I was mad my face wasn't on it.
Made me feel like one of the creators because I was like such a small content creator at the time. So made me feel like one of the guys.
So Scruffy City asked, how do you prepare raw potatoes? You don't prepare. I would not eat the skin. You peel that off and then
for a while.
Oh my gosh. Ew. And then just rinse it and then people chop it up and put salt on it. It is it's a thing. It's just not a very common thing.
She did peel the 2 potatoes I watched her take a bite out of, so
Zen Ginger said it was Haley, Oddball Aquatics. Yes, okay. Sometimes I get it wrong, and there's a lot of aquatics, a lot of names with aquatics, so it's really hard to get them all right. Hello, welcome in, Big Dog.
What's up, Big Dog?
And Chattanooga
One
Ed
of
says,
these
been to
days,
Haley's
I
house. Her
expect you
tanks
to
are
start
amazing.
Barking at him.
And yeah, I watch her on TikTok. I love watching it. It's I don't like her trolls. I really actually admire all that she does. Besides smoking the fish room, that freaks me out a little bit. But I can't believe her fish and her tanks are phenomenal. See, apple seeds contain
I thought
arsenic.
It was the core, not the seeds themselves. But
No,
I
see, I know the core
an
has. I don't remember. I just remember that we were feeding. I would eat the apple, and there'd be some left over. And our dog Pearl loved apples, bananas, and it was the weirdest thing. She'd beg for the apple, and I fed her one day, and I don't remember who I was talking to, but they're like, "You're not supposed to do that." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Oh no!" So I had to look it up, and yeah, sure enough, you're not supposed to feed those to dogs. But if you do feed apple, don't feed the core. DJ said organic soil. I don't know what that was for, but
for the Wallstead method, the $5 super chat question.
Oh, okay.
See, my memory is on point now.
Yeah. What? Sandy, my daughter was oh, I just read that. Dare you? Oh, yeah, I did. I skipped right over that comment. Oh, that's funny. They can taste like cherries. I can never pronounce them. Maraschino, whatever. Asking if you prepare them in any way. Really? Have a good night, Jamie.
Thanks for watching or listening.
See, Scruffy City, my dog loves apples, but we slice them because I read they can't have the seeds and core. Yep. That's exactly what we had to do them. He said, I just eat them when I'm eating the apple. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And then you got apple trees growing in their belly.
that was Rugrats. There was an episode about watermelon and that the watermelon would grow, and that terrified the crap out of me. I actually cried to my mom because I swallowed a black watermelon seed and came crying to my mom. Thought a watermelon plant was going to grow in my stomach and I was going to die. Thanks, Rugrats. Oh. Scruffy City Aquatic said, my micro pond is a resin planter from Rural King.
And then I don't remember that episode of Orange is the New Black.
There was a character saving apple seeds on Orange is the New Black. Yeah, there was. To kill themselves, yeah. See, yeah, he calls it fluval, not fluval. Yeah, exactly. Though the worst is I always thought it was like Sice or something. It's Sice. It makes more sense because it's from Italy. Italy. It's from Italy. Oh. Yeah, see, no, I'm sorry. Fluval makes sense. Twitchy. This is unacceptable. Yes, exactly. My same feeling. They're going to have to change their name. We're not going to change how we pronounce it. They're going to have to change how they pronounce it. Crypt Keeper said, I'll also be at the Keystone for just Friday. Can't get the whole weekend off from work. Well, we'll see you then.
We'll meet you there first then. I could bring it up in the meeting tomorrow.
See, I lost myself again. Why are you sitting so low? I feel so tall.
I don't know.
I guess I'm sitting up so straight.
Whatever you want to bring up tomorrow, I'm about it, Ed.
Chattanooga Ed said, Zen, I think it's called Flugil. Flugil.
Like Pseudomagills is actually Pseudomagulls. I found that out.
Yeah, that's going to drive me crazy.
Trying to learn as much of the Latin as I possibly can.
Yeah, I have learned lately. I have all these fish, and I know they're common names, but Latin names I'm still struggling with. And we just went to the club who takes their breeder points system a lot more serious. So they're talking to me, and it just sounded like they were talking a different language because he's naming all the Latin names of the fish that I have, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have that. I'm not sure. Oh.
How's it going, Michelle? And then you want to bring up the videos now? We got 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll see if I can get them up.
You should be able to.
And hello, Michelle, for sneaking in there.
Maybe Ed was talking to Lefty on his comment before.
We need a new mouse. This is creeping me out.
I decided to just keep it all aquatics. We did see like the entire zoo side. They had some monkeys, the tigers, some lions, rhinos. Oh, all right. Just got one of the videos pulled up.
But hold on, I don't have the screen sharing yet.
I wish I could remember what kind of trout these were, but he said they only get about a foot in size, and that if there's any of these trout breeding in the rivers, that they won't release any other trout, so that way they don't hibernize. So they were really special trout. That's why I really enjoyed going with the local, because he seemed to know a lot of the interesting facts about what was going on at that part of the zoo and stuff like that. It was really cool to have Scott show us through. You lost it?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Hold on, because I have all those other pages open. Keep talking. I'm going to have to figure out why all these pages are open.
I don't know what to talk about. We talked about everything on here. That's why I was like, you should go through and bring this up.
It's here. I just got to find out which window it won't let me share.
Well, you can catch us tomorrow night, or just me with Rico on his channel. And is that going to be it?
No.
Oh, man. Just a white screen. We'll figure it out. We're still learning on this thing. And then we'll be this week on Chance Kramer's channel at 10 o'clock p.m. on Eastern Channel, Chance Kramer for Halfscape episode 6. I am not sure if we have a guest or not, or what's going to be the whole thing. But, I mean, I think it's time for us to get that aquascape up and going. So I'm going to work tomorrow or Wednesday and make sure everything is. Do you just want to forget about it?
Oh, I just feel so bad now. I don't know why it stopped. It's like something with the video or something that won't let it.
Oh, man. I don't know what else to talk about.
Alan said, I have a 2-year-old Caridina tank and I'm constantly getting random deaths for about a month now. Do you think it's time to reset that tank? The parameters are still spot on.
For about a month. Have you messed with anything in the tank, like substrate wise or anything like that? Does it look like it's covered in mulm? Because that shouldn't be anything if the parameters are spot on. I've got tanks that are running for 5 years. The other thing is you need to check your parameters in the morning and at night, before and after the lights turn off, because or right at the end of the light cycle. So at nighttime, your pH will actually go down, and while the lights are on, your pH can creep up. So depending on how long you have your lights on, you might have to shorten the length of your time cycle. SL Aqua is a really bad example of this. We were having a lot of issues in Jaden's room, and I couldn't figure it out. And what was going on was in the morning when we test the pH would start out at 6. And at the time, we were only using API test kits. So 6 was as low as we could test. So I'm not sure if it was lower or what. But after an 8-hour light cycle, and I checked the pH again, we were at 7.2. And I was keeping those lights on for over 12 hours a day. at the end of the light cycle, I was sitting at 7.4 pH. So those shrimp were taking a pH swing of 1.4 at least. So maybe check your parameters before the lights turn on and then right before they turn off. Let's see if there's a big swing there.
All right, let's see if this works.
What they do, we do.
All right, we'll have to turn the sound off right away. But yeah, this was a beautiful trout tank, nice current. But he said those were full grown, and we don't have very much trout here in Florida. There's a couple rivers where they come in from the sea, but not the big trout fishing that you get up north. And this was just one of the tanks. They had several nice tanks, but I don't know. I like trout. I want to go trout fishing one day, so I stopped and took that film. You can do any of those?
Those aren't film.
Yeah, they're not.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
We got this one.
And then this was the Diamondback Terrapin tank. Can't remember. I think they were concentrics. I'm not sure, but or maybe one concentric and one northern, but definitely cool to see Diamondback Terrapins. Have a good night, Frank.
Have a good night. Oh, did it stop playing when I did
They're
that?
not very long videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As soon as you got one done, just pull up another one. I really just want to show them the Amazon tanks with the rainbows or the.
I know. I'll find that in just a
lunches.
second. And they were talking about the scavenger hunt, is what he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
He's got an Aquashella meeting tomorrow night. Do you want him
Yeah.
to bring that up?
That would be cool.
Something fun. A lot of the kids get involved with that. They had it at one of the. I thought it was at one of the first Aquashellas.
Yeah, it was the first Aquashella Dallas that we had. There was something where they had to come and vote at the shrimp contest in order to get their stamp. So if we could get a volunteer at the shrimp contest the entire time that could stamp people's scavenger hunts, it would be really cool to get it all incorporated.
That's the weirdest thing, is that these are from the videos.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the video's not here. Oh, I guess we'll just show a picture.
I just want to show
Oh, no, it is. Okay.
Oh, all right. So this tank was just packed with rainbows and the archer fish. I stood in front of this tank for a good, 10 minutes and then realized that the kids in Shelby were just gone. So I couldn't believe, and the more I looked, the more I'd see different kinds of rainbows and other kinds of fish. So this was like the second coolest tank to me.
And these things were massive. I didn't even know that they could get that big. It's ridiculous. They were gorgeous. That was probably my favorite tank, and Layla's.
And I forget what Lucas Brett said the blue rainbows were, but he said they were a care species. So I'm going to have to get those. Sorry for the noise. The aquarium was super loud. But look at those clown loaches. Those things were massive. There were so many. And then all different kinds of barbs. That was a real cool tank. I'd say that was my third favorite tank, but the first tank is going to be the biggest tank in there, but it's because what's in there, why it's my favorite tank. I mean, there's a saltwater tank that was bigger than it, of course. It's not the tank with the turtle in it. If you saw our TikTok, that one is definitely the biggest tank in there, but the biggest freshwater tank is my favorite tank in the whole place.
Oh, this is the turtles again.
Yep,
My
turtles
bad.
again.
I'll get this down eventually.
But when you get into the aquarium, you walk into the first floor, and the thing is, I don't know, 3 or 4 stories tall. But you get to go into the second story, and from there you get to see like the opening of the Amazon walk around. I'm sorry,
Oh, goodness
Jesus, throwing
gracious.
elbows over here. But I mean, the largest stingray I've ever seen, the largest arowana I've ever seen, the largest arapaima, the largest flower horn. I mean, when you see this video, this flower horn is every bit of 15 inches.
This is the video for the flower horn now.
All right, what is this one?
I guess I'll play the flower horn one, huh?
Okay.
I think this is it.
All right, so this is the actual display itself. So you won't be able to see the fish in it, but I mean, that thing is just massive. If you can look on the left side of the screen, can't really tell, but there is like a 4.5-foot stingray. And I mean, even for saltwater, that is probably the largest stingray I've ever seen in person. I've swam with stingrays in the Bahamas, and I'm not talking like manta rays, but for stingrays, that would think. Oh, this is the shark tank with the turtle, but this is a better view of the shark swimming around up top. And we got to go behind the scenes on this tank and check that out and feed the turtle. I actually didn't see the turtle until we walked around to the next bit, but he was definitely happy to see us when we came up top. We fed him a bunch of romaine lettuce and green bell peppers, and then they saved the cucumber for later for when they had to give him the meds. But the cucumber and the green bell pepper were its favorite. We had to feed the romaine early because if you fed the high or the foods that it liked first, it would just eat those and then wouldn't eat the foods that are high in nutrients.
Sorry. Grip shouted out, oh, take this.
As soon as you started laughing, I was like, oh,
swing
man.
by Chance Kramer's stream on Wednesday to see if this week's Brian smashes his tank.
Or
I
is
hope
karma
not.
going to bite me in the ass and I'm going to crack our tank? Find out.
Lefty said, what are you all bringing to Triple Crown?
So, are you going to bring isopods?
We'll see.
Well,
So
we'll
maybe.
probably bring some aquatic isopods. Definitely bring in a bunch of shrimp. I mean, we have so many reds that I'm not worried about reds ever again. So we should be bringing reds to all the shows, and not just like a couple bags of crummy red cherries. I'm talking fire reds out the wazoo, blue dreams, blue diamonds, yellows, maybe a couple of bags of black, a couple of bags of orange. Won't be bringing snowballs this time. Those didn't sell at the last two shows, so. Gonna stay with the bread and butter. Tons of moss. You know we're gonna be packing moss, guppy grass. Probably have some hornwort by then. That we brought a bunch of it home from the meeting, and if it doubles in size, I'll probably bring half of it. Bring a couple bags of hornwort. But we bought a huge bag that, and it's just gonna grow and take off in that pond. Probably bring some anacris, some crypts, and possibly order some tissue culture cups before the show, but you better believe we'll be bringing shrimp food, not just the shrimp soy ahoy, but we'll also bring the entire line of shrimp envy foods. And did I leave anything out?
We're gonna have to get something to display that.
We'll have some fish too. Gary, we'll reach out to Gary, grab some fish from him, and maybe somebody else. Shane, if you're watching.
Cichlids?
Some cichlids and some plecos. Why not?
Cichlids.
It is a cichlid association meeting.
No. You're right.
I mean, Shane wants to give me a couple bags, and he wants to bring me the bags, and I don't have to bag them the night before.
Chattanooga said he's going to bring a cooler full of pop.
Well, if you got some lemonade in there, I'll take some lemonade. I don't drink soda.
Ed said my Calcios from Eric Lucas have babies. Awesome.
Congrats. We just actually bought more Calcios yesterday. 40 more Calcios, 20 black and 20 reds from Plamsky. He's a shrimp breeder here in Florida. Had an auction for 20 blacks, and I placed the starting bid in one. Forgot all about it. Can't believe I won it for that cheap.
Richie said still wants a terrapin. Yep, they are the best turtles.
Hopefully, I mean, praying here that next year that they'll change the laws and let us have a breeding program set up for the terrapins. And it's a brook trout. Thank you, Lefty.
Oh, brook trout. Okay. Zen said, Ed, speaking of trout, any more news on the Goodyids?
Ed's got Goodyids. I want some more Goodyids. We got the tequilas, and then what are the other ones? You know what they are yet? You just told Lucas Bretts what they were yesterday.
San Marcos.
Ooh, look at her.
But I can't remember the Latin name because it's like it starts with an X, and it's like near impossible to pronounce. And what was it? Lucas Bretts pronounced it like immediately, and I was like, dang.
No, it's not a fly river turtle
we
or
want
a
that
pig-nosed
so
turtle,
bad.
but we do want one.
So bad.
And if we could get the pool to the point where we want it, then I would get one. But at the moment, we've got algae, cladophora issues, so I don't want to bring any more turtles into that.
It says don't have them, but we'll have them on the 1st of July, and it just jumped on me again.
Those are there.
Okay, perfect. Oh, 1st of August, sorry. Crip said, so you're going to Aquashella, Dallas, and Chicago, and Keystone. Any other events you'll be attending that we should all know about?
We will also be at AGA in Chicago the week before Chicago Aquashella and the week after Keystone Clash. So that's going to be 3 weeks in a row of events. There's also another
3 weeks.
3 weeks in a row. Keystone, AGA, Aquashella. I've been preaching this. This is not even the first live stream where we've talked about this. So we also have it's like an all-out animal con in Orlando in August that we'll be going to. I don't think we'll be having a booth. We're just going to go check that one out, be like little attendees for once. And then there is an aqua expo in South Florida. I can't remember if it's in November or October, but no, is it? Is the book in there?
No, I'm looking
okay.
for something else.
So we definitely are looking forward to having more events in the future being put on the schedule. I'm also thinking about going to the Catfish Extravaganza or whatever it was. Oh, and we're going to the Greater Ohio swap or whatever that is, where they get the hotel. It's like the end of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go to that as well.
I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Hello, Johnny B. We're gonna have to make like a calendar of these.
I have a calendar.
No, I mean like
made, but...
people that can see like where we're gonna be like on our website.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Look at Shelby. She's got ideas. You're the only one that has ideas.
Lady Diane said, enjoyed the stream per usual. We'll email you about the jades. Love to y'all. Thank you.
And thank you.
Have a good night.
Letting everyone know to smash that like button. We appreciate it, guys, as always.
So Lefty said, speaking of guppy grass, it didn't die and melt like all the other places did. So yay. And those blue shrimp appear to be alive.
See, when Susan said her shrimp are still alive for 30 days, the first thing in my mind was, I wonder how lefties are doing too. Because both of you said that you didn't have good luck on shrimp. And I don't like to knock other sources, but where you get your shrimp really matters. It save you a lot of money, save you a lot of stress. Can we get the arowana flower horn video all in one?
It's not on there.
It's not on there?
It's going to have to be saved to next stream. I'm so sorry.
All right.
There is like 10 more videos, and I want to save the chunky starfish for the other one too. Those things are so cute. They're so cute. But
there was a bunch
we
of
already passed them. I've
in
never
the
seen
videos too.
And there's videos on TikTok, and it's like double cheeked up on his Sunday. It's a starfish. That's what these starfish look like.
Yeah, they're thick.
Man.
They're thick.
But I also, with the guppy grass melting, I cannot tell you how many people use CO2 in their systems and don't tell other people that they're using CO2. Then that person who doesn't have that, they put it in their tank, and then they have all these issues of the plant dying, not being able to go with the water parameters. And that's like the biggest issue to me is like people don't inform like their water parameters or what they're doing to grow theirs. Because once you take it out of that environment, throw it in another one, it's going to go into shock or, just not do well overall.
That's why I want to have a section for immersed plants and then shrimp safe plants and then no fertilizer, easy care plants for when we sell at the shows. Just so that people know, like, oh, I don't care if I'm going to get scoods in my guppy grass because we grow our guppy grass outside in our fish ponds. But I will have some more expensive guppy grass that we grow in our shrimp ponds or shrimp tanks that, are shrimp safe, grows a lot slower there. So it would be a little bit more expensive. But, I mean, if you want a ton of it, we can definitely hook you up.
Mm-hmm. Ed said he liked his red calcios. Nano Aquarium guys said the Aqua Expo in South Florida was in October last year. Looking forward to seeing you guys again there.
See, we've already met you.
What?
This is ridiculous.
I'll probably instantly know the face too.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. I know we've met quite a few people that follow us.
I'm horrible with names, but like Tim, I will remember you forever. Like that was great meeting you. Snoop, I wish you had said something, but it's hard to remember people when it's like at an Aqua Shell and I met 5 people and then they tell me their name's like Brian or something. And I'm like, I've talked to like 15 Brians in the last week. And like, I don't want to be rude. And I need to pull you up to see your icon so I know who you are, or like our last conversation. But it definitely helps when it's just 1 or 2 people and I could put a face to a name and meet you guys in person. It's great.
So Cripps said, bummer, I'll be in Chicago 6th through the 12th. Hotel and flight already booked. Can't afford to go out for a second trip that soon.
Yeah, we're almost debating on like staying at an Airbnb the whole like week and a half that we'll be there in Chicago, but I'll miss the dogs, I'll miss the turtles. Probably end up coming home just to take care of everything.
Wish I could attend both AGA and Aquashella. Wish I knew about AGA sooner.
We missed the last AGA, and I said, no matter what, we're going to make the next one. So,
Josh said, hey, Eater family. I am in your live for the first time. I follow LRB. Seen your crazy awesome house on his video. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining.
Welcome.
And everybody, even if you're just watching one of the replays and you came over from Lucas Brett's channel, welcome. He is now a Florida local, so we plan on doing a lot of collaborations and different planned videos here in the future. So,
I'm so sorry. I read the last comment. I shouldn't have read it. Singinger said, ever keep a beta with Neos? Feel like they might eat adults, but I'm not sure. They'd be in a 20 long with just the beta and lots of plants and hides, but just curious if I'm basically feeding lunch. Depends on the temperament of your beta.
I used to say it's 50-50, but now we've had more than a couple betas, and they're almost all savages. Like, you've got to get really lucky, I'd say, at this point to get a beta that's not going to be hungry for shrimp. Or you got to feed your beta like 3 or 4 times a day, a variety of different foods to keep them happy and entertained. But
I do that, and she ate every single isopod in there.
The shrimp just went and like found a little hole and then wiggled through it, attacked the shrimp, killed it, and then left it.
Yeah, you know those cats that like play with their food, not really kill the animal, but play with it and torture it for hours. That's what beta fish do to shrimp, just so you know. Oh.
But maybe you can get lucky and get like a half blind beta or color blind beta and just have the right type of shrimp that it can't find.
Hopefully. Ray Aquatic said, night. Love y'all.
Have a good
Have
night,
a good
Robert.
night. Oh, no.
I thought we were almost catching up.
Robert said, Calcios and Dragon Bloods are our favorite, obviously.
And we will be hitting you up for some Dragon Bloods and
I need some.
Scorpions. I just think we're going to wait till it warms up.
This is what I couldn't stop laughing about because it took me a minute to get. Nano Aquarium guy is obviously a short guy with an aquarium. That's the best. It took me too long to get that too.
You know, if he was if he was Richard,
he knew it was his comment that got me too. Oh.
If Richard Jerry and Richard, if his
Mhm.
name was Nano, like the Nano guy or something like that, that'd be great.
There's nothing in the comments. But no, oh man, I wish more people knew Richard. That was such a great joke I made.
AGA is American Gardeners Association, or Aquatic Gardeners Association.
What did
I'm
you
so
say,
sorry.
American?
I don't know why I said American.
It's American
It's
Shrimp
Aquatic
Contest.
Gardeners Association. And nothing to do with the Garden of Eder, by the way. We did the Garden of Eder before we ever even thought of aquascaping. So
Yeah.
we were scaping, just not aquascaping.
So
Just
the
terrarium.
Nano Aquarium guy said, yeah, we met, but it was the first time, and I had heard of you guys. My wife was complaining to Shelby about my 9 tanks, and she was like, that's nothing.
See, I can't
That
say,
sounds
oh,
like
I know
me.
who you are, because that's like
No.
so common at
If
our
I
house.
see you, I guarantee you I'm going to remember you and your
Or not
wife.
at our
I
house.
will remember you. I remember faces, names, and association. You literally have to go, I'm Nano Aquarium guy, and I will remember that.
But we'll be at a show and some guy will come up and be like, oh, hon, this is the guy that has this many tanks. And we'll be like, oh, no, we have this many now. And he's like, see, let me have more tanks. So we get it a lot. I'm all for it. And I'm always
Usually-
like, you need to let him have some more tanks. He'll be so much happier.
No, they're never satisfied, honestly. Zinja just said, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I'll skip on it then. Yeah. Betas are good on their own. That's for sure. I like, if you can possibly do it. My thing is, I have so far done pretty well with our threadfin rainbow fish and with the shrimp. So if
I was actually surprised
Beautiful.
to see a smaller shrimp swimming along the top, going right over the thread fins. No problem.
Yep. Said Matt. Funny enough, I am short, so I burned myself with the
Oh,
name.
no. That's funny.
And then Crypt Keepers put AGA's page. Thank you so much, Crypt, for all your hard work tonight. We definitely went way past. I don't know what else you got to talk
And
about.
Crypt Keeper, if you were the one that shared Dr. Anthony's link to donate, if you could send me that in Messenger, I'd greatly appreciate that. Instead of having to go look that up, I need to make a donation for the 2 weeks that we ran. The 10% gets donated. I got to tally that up and send that over. If it's not you, Crypt Keeper, don't worry. I'll ask Alex for it.
Multiple Tank Syndrome said, when you get to Chicago, are you going to be enjoying the legal?
I will be enjoying going to one
Chicago.
of the stores and getting my reimbursement, because last time my pen didn't work. So
Oh, that was in Chicago?
it was
When
in
we went
Chicago,
with,
and then you forgot it was in your purse on the whole ride home. So yeah, it was in Chicago.
You mean on the flight home?
I said ride home. You didn't have to say flight.
Yeah. That
You
was...
could have. Everybody could have assumed it was by Camelback.
Scotty said, hashtag short power. Oh, it's also on Fish Family under news. So that's where you can find that link.
Oh, all right, cool.
Crip said, I wasn't the only one who posted the link for Dr. Anthony, but I can try to find it for you. But
No, don't worry
Matt
about
just
it.
helped.
Don't worry about it.
I'll be able to find that. Actually, I just
I
sent
was
that
just-
link to you.
I was just
Because
gonna
he's
say
terrible with looking things
I'll
up.
get it now that I know it's at the Fish Family link, but I'm lying. I would have been lying. I was 100% gonna ask Shelby to do it.
It's true, but I think we should end this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Catch us Wednesday, Chance Kramer for episode 6, Half Scaped. You can find us with Chance Kramer and Brian Covey. Also, see you next week, Mondays, 9 o'clock, back here again. Till next time, thank you, members and mods, and those who donated to the channel. We appreciate you all. And if you've watched the replay till this long, I think there was something else that I said. Comment down below. So comment that down below. Can't remember what it is now.
We'll remember it. Someone will comment. And Multiple Tank Syndrome. I'm down near St. Louis. Let me know when you get down this way. Missouri? St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. We'll be there sometimes. But thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Gotta click that while you're saying thank you, everyone. Have a good night.